On the news tonight, federal government scraps UTME requirements for admission into NCE, ND and agriculture-related programs. Stakeholders call for priority attention to Nigeria's healthcare system amid political season. A pleasant good evening to you and welcome to the 7 p.m. news coming to you from Heritage Station. I am Fatima Hassan. Thank you for joining us today. Nigeria's democracy active and a work in progress. This is part of an election observer group. Kimpa's Development Initiative report on the state of Nigeria's democracy. Timothy Yusuf report.
Ahead of the 2027 general election, the Kimpak Development Initiative, an accredited election observer group, released a major assessment report indicating that Nigeria's democracy remains active but should, however, strive towards deepening the form of government. The report, titled The 2025 State of Democracy in Nigeria Report, the group observed that elections are being conducted and democratic institutions exist across the country.
The dimension is electoral participation, political inclusion, democratic, institutional effectiveness, and civil liberty and civic space.
For the state-by-state analysis of democratic performance across Nigeria, the report presents a system that is active, visible, and procedurally intact. The study, which forms part of the Democracy Performance Index, was based on responses from over 7,000 Nigerians, institutional checklists, and official records. Data was collected between September and December 2025. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
Nigerians youth across the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory under the umbrella of Youth Parliament for Renewed Hope has joined other groups in endorsing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for re-election in 2027. National Assembly correspondent Issa Mohammed has more.
The maiden meeting of the youth movement for Renewed Hope brought together young people with like minds to discuss way forward in Nigeria. With the theme of the meeting, Renewing Hope Through Youth Leadership and Development, the youths endorsed President Tinubu for 2027.
On your mandate, we shall start.
They believe that working together towards the re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will secure a better life for Nigerian youth.
We understand the passion behind the Renewed Hope agenda of Mr. President and the agendas he has under his Renewed Hope initiative, and some of the agendas which he has already executed during his first term, and that is what motivated us to come with this initiative. And even after the re-election of Mr. President, this movement will still continue. We want to ensure the Nigeria youth and give them that renewed hope that one day Nigeria will be better than this.
The most important work of national development is the patient, disciplined, often visible work of competent people inside competent institutions doing serious work.
The youth also used the meeting to solicit for more opportunities for Nigerian younger generation to actively participate in nation building and supporting the ongoing economic reforms of the present administration. From the National Assembly, Issa Muhammad, NTA News.
In a related development, the North Central Youth Support Group for Tinubu Kwara State Chapter executives have been inaugurated with a charge to mobilize Kwarans to vote for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the 2027 presidential election. Aisha Abubakar Yahaya reports that the inauguration was attended by youth from the 16 local government areas of the state. A report.
The youths, drawn from the 16 local government areas of Kwara State, converged on the Mandate Hall, Adeta, with a common goal of ensuring the re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. In his message at the inauguration, the Director General of the North Central Youth Support Group for Tinubu, Comrade Abdullahi Muhammad Jamil, commended the enthusiasm of Kwara youths towards ensuring the return of the president. He noted that the support group is committed to supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda, stressing that the group believes in the president's vision for a better Nigeria where the youth drive progress and prosperity.
Today we inaugurate our Kwara, taking mission to the heart of Kwara State. We mobilize sensitize, campaign, educate people across Kwara State to support the elections of our dear President, Renew Hope Agenda President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, come 2027.
To every person here today, I say this, your voice is matter. Your vote counts, and your government can shape the direction of our dear nation.
The Director General of the North Central Youth Support Group for Tinubu Kwara 2027, Comrade Abdullahi Mohammed Jamil, thereafter presented letters of appointment to the state executives and also led them in the oath-taking ceremony. Aisha Abubakar Yahaya, NTA News.
Ahead of the August 15 Osun governorship election, political parties in Osogbo are raising concern over the rising destruction of campaign banners and billboards. Stakeholders are calling for restraint to prevent tensions from escalating. Femi Afariogo reports.
Across major roads and strategic locations in Osogbo, several campaign billboards belonging to different political parties have recently been defaced by unidentified persons. The development has sparked concern among residents.
Poster doesn't vote. It is people that is voting. And the politicians, they are not up to 10% of the people who is going to vote. Appealing to every one of us that we should take things very lightly.
There's nothing gainful in violence. And I assure you, there's no reasonable politician who will be preaching violence when you keep people who will vote for you.
The Osun State Police Command condemned the act, warning against public disorder.
There have been a series of stakeholders meeting before now, so they know the rules. The Commissioner of Police is urging them to play by the rules of the game. We won't take this with levity. The Commissioner of Police has given directives to all our operators on the field. Whosoever is being caught will be dealt with according to the law. The Commissioner of Police has also made it clear that this act is criminal.
Attention is now shifting to political leaders, party supporters and stakeholders to promote issue-based campaigns and ensure that political rivalry does not degenerate into violence. In Osogbo, Femi Afariogun, NTA News.
As political activities and election campaigns begin to intensify across Nigeria, health authorities and development partners are emphasizing the need to sustain the country's healthcare priorities, particularly immunization programs and ongoing polio eradication efforts, amid the growing political climate. At the Northern Traditional Leaders Committee on Primary Healthcare Review meeting in Abuja, the coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Ali, reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to strengthening healthcare delivery through sustained coordination, community engagement, and strategic partnerships aimed at consolidating gains recorded in immunization and the fight against polio. The high-level meeting brought together government officials, development partners, traditional leaders, and health experts to review progress recorded across the 19 northern states in the implementation of primary healthcare programs.
To continue the journey of transformation, not only of our country broadly, but specifically in the health sector under the renewed hope agenda of the President. And at the center of these reforms in health is the effort to strengthen primary health care as the foundation for universal health coverage. So I will urge this committee to sustain the effort you have had, to continue your strong advocacy for routine immunization and reduction of zero-dose children.
NTIC must continue to promote accountability. We should regularly review performance indicators across states and local governments, identify gaps, share best practices. Let us use our palaces, mosques, churches, community meetings, and traditional structures to promote acceptance of all vaccines, particularly the polio vaccine.
We've done a geo-mapping of locations where we have clusters of missed settlements, of missed children. We have line listed people in those areas that we want to target with the vaccination. We now have a list of children and we can follow them up not just for polio vaccination, but also for routine immunization.
With political and electoral activities gradually gaining momentum across the country, stakeholders stress that safeguarding immunization programs and strengthening primary healthcare systems must remain central to Nigeria's national development agenda. We'll be right back after this break. Please stay with us.
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ọ̀nà òdodo ni àkọ́tún ètò nínú ẹ̀sìn Islam tí yóò máa kọ́ni nípa ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́, ìyẹn ìmọ̀ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń bá ìgbà mu nínú ẹ̀sìn Islam, ìwà ọmọlúwàbí, ìgbé ayé ìrọ̀rùn àti ọ̀nà òdodo tí ó lè là wá nínú àánú. Ètò ọ̀nà òdodo yìí ni Ustaz Abdulgani Salaudeen Imam olórísábìtì Adénúgbà Mosque Agbóbi Àgbọ̀ìwòye yóò máa ṣe ìtúkọ̀ rẹ̀, lẹ́yìn tí aláyélúwà His Royal Highness Ọba Dr. Abdulrasaq Adésínà Adénúgbà ọkọ̀kọ̀dánù méjì ẹkùn Èrìgbà Ìbùmọ̀wé Àgbọ̀ìwòye yóò máa ṣe onígbọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ nírántí àwọn òbí rẹ̀ méjèèjì ọmọọba Dìísù Adéyẹmí Adénúgbà àti olórísábìtì Adéọlá Adénúgbà. Ètò yìí ni yóò máa wáyé sójú amóhùnmáwòrán yín ní gbogbo ọjọ́ Jímọ̀ lágogo 6 ìrọ̀lẹ́ sí agogo 6 àbọ̀ láti ilé-iṣẹ́ wa Nta Ijebu Ode. Ẹ tún lè máa rí wa wò lórí àwọn ẹ̀rọ ayélujára wa káàkiri bíi Facebook, YouTube àti orí TikTok. Ọ̀nà òdodo ètò tó kọ́ni lọ́gbọ́n, kọ́ni nímọ̀, kọ́ni lóye àti àkíyèsí nípa ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá ìgbà mu nínú ẹ̀sìn Islam.
Welcome back and thanks for joining us. Federal government has scrapped unified tertiary matriculation examination requirements for admission into Nigerian Certificate in Education (NCE) as well as National Diploma (ND), non-technology, agriculture and agriculture-related programs in College of Education, polytechnics and colleges of agriculture nationwide. In a statement by the Director of Press, Federal Ministry of Education, the decision was approved following consultations aimed at removing restrictive admission processes, limiting access to teacher education and agricultural training. However, candidates are still required to obtain the JAMB application form and process the admissions through the JAMB Central Admissions Processing System. They are also expected to upload their O-level results on the JAMB portal, while admission letters for the programs will continue to be issued only by JAMB after due verification. The ministry further states that any admission conducted outside CAPS remain illegal and void. Provosts and rectors have therefore been directed to stop issuing institutional admission letters, noting that compliance will be periodically monitored by the ministry in collaboration with JAMB, NCCE and MBTE. Entrepreneurship education remains essential in tackling employment, unemployment, and promoting sustainable livelihoods. To this end, a national workshop on effective operations of entrepreneurship development centers in colleges of education has further emphasized entrepreneurship as a critical tool for innovation, self-reliance, and economic growth in Nigeria. Christina Akonde has more.
Seated here are education stakeholders, policymakers, and administrators. They are here for one purpose: to explore ways of strengthening entrepreneurship development centers in colleges of education to better prepare students for the realities of the modern economy, also transfer the same knowledge to their students. The Executive Secretary, National Commission for Colleges of Education, Dr. Angela Ajala, stresses the need for entrepreneurship-driven learning that focuses not only on classroom theories, but on practical skills, creativity, and innovation.
We want to ensure that it's cascaded among all the students so that every teacher that we're training has a built-in entrepreneurial capacity, because they're going to train children, they're going to be teaching other children. We want every child in Nigeria to have the ability to spot a gap, to find solutions for it, to be curious, to be creative, to be part of the change makers for the nation.
We want to review, to update, so that there will be job creators, wealth creators, opportunity creators, and to be self-reliance. That is our target.
Let them train the teachers first. Once you train the teachers, then they can do it. But before, entrepreneurship was just set in, no training for those that will train.
Stakeholders express confidence that strengthening entrepreneurship development in colleges of education will empower young people, boost businesses, and contribute to national economic growth and development.
Strengthening security partnership and improving policing strategies in Lagos State formed the focus of discussions as the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 2 Command, Nta Ijebu, paid a courtesy visit on the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu at the Lagos House, Ikeja. Joy Ken Akpaboya reported that the visit was an opportunity for both the police and the state government to review ongoing security efforts and reaffirm their commitment to tackling criminality across the state. A report.
The visit by the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 2 to the Lagos State Governor is aimed at strengthening collaboration between the police and the state government in tackling courtism, crime, and other security threats across Lagos. Assistant Inspector General of Police Nta Ijebu commended the Lagos State government for its support to the police, noting that the partnership has improved security operations across the state. The AIG assured residents of improved security through strengthened policing strategies.
I've equally directed that no case whatsoever, how the magnitude of the case should be transferred from the Lagos State Police Command to the zone. Commissioner of Police should be able to handle virtually all the matters that are before them. I believe in strong command, and once we have strong command, all the security challenges will fizzle out, and that is what I've been doing.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu reaffirmed his administration's commitment to supporting the police and other security agencies to enhance safety and maintain law and order in the state. The governor commended security operatives for their efforts in protecting lives and property while calling for sustained action against security challenges.
As head of the zone, we know that you have joint responsibility of the two states. And we say that it's like a borderless state. So we know what the issues are. We know that because the borders are not clear, sometimes very distinct, there is a tendency that people are very, very ferocious, or very wrong, would slip in and out. So we want to ask you to have that border responsibility so that we can continue to live in peace and harmony amongst ourselves.
The meeting also provided an opportunity for both parties to reaffirm their commitment to sustaining collaboration towards ensuring the safety of lives and property in Lagos State. Joy Ken Akpaboya, NTA News.
And that completes our English news at this hour. Join us tomorrow for more interesting stories. Have a wonderful night rest. Bye.